warned. We've done the dumb shit. Jacob deserves better than being sad. We should all celebrate his life and our absolute luck of having known him and everything. And so to that effect, I have a small poem. It's something I found a little recently that I think kind of just touches on everything I want to say today. So I cook rice the way my mother taught me when I was 10 years old. I peel apples before I eat them because that's how my father did it. I watch movies differently now because a friend I haven't seen in 4 years once told me that every scene has an implied message, and I enjoy hearing some of the father's jokes just because he used to tell them all the way home. There are songs I can't listen to anymore because they remind me of people I used to love. We are somehow a part of everyone we have met in our life. And even if they leave, there are some pieces of them that live in us still, as a home, as a lesson, maybe as a story worth telling. It's our choice now. And it's your guys' choice to really, keep Jacob living. It's the Greeks have a thing where they say, you have two deaths. One when you go away, and one when the last person says your name for the last time. And I would like you all to keep Jacob alive by telling the stories. Just anything that may remind you of him, some song, any little thing. Feel free to tell me, hit me up. I'd love to hear it all. But it's all about how lucky we were to meet him and whatnot. I'm ad-libbing here, you guys. So anyway, I'm gonna give this up. I'm gonna say, hey, I loved you. You're gone too soon. You didn't have it easy, but you did it. You did.
I've never known how to talk about this. I'm going to start off by saying I'm going to be very vulnerable in this video. I'm going to talk about a lot that makes me happy and a lot that makes me sad. I may not get the words out correctly. I may pause and be emotional, but that just comes with losing someone as important as Jacob was. Jacob was my coworker, and he became a really good friend of mine, and unfortunately I wasn't able to hang out with him really outside of work, but he always understood that I was a father, or am a father, and that my son takes a lot of my time, and he never once was upset about that. Never. He would always message me. I actually got a message from him last time I was in Hawaii, and he would always say, like, I hope you're having fun, give Roman hugs for me. And he just spread love everywhere that he was and spoke to. And he was never judgmental about anything, and the world was never easy on him with all of his health issues, all the other stuff of him losing his mom and his dad. It just seemed like the world was always crapping on him. Hold on.
Because he was our friend, he was our family, and I loved him. He was a wonderful young man. He was one of my better people I ran into in my life, but he was always so positive. So keep that in mind as you leave today, how positive Jake was, and carry that in your hearts, because that is what's so important about Jake. He made me happy, because I was a positive spirit, and so was he. And he was one of the better things that came out of life. And God bless him.
Absolutely. Like I said, he didn't have it easy at all, and he took everyone else's issues. He was always comforting. He always had a nice thing to say, no matter how he was feeling. So, thank you, Julie.
Couldn't have said it any better. He had so much going on, and he never was not there for his friends. for us, for people he didn't know. If he didn't like you, he would tell you. If he loved you, he'd tell you even more. I never left work without at least 4 or 5 I love yous. I think the last thing I did get to say to him before I didn't see him, because it was my Sunday, I hugged him, and I'm pretty sure that I said I love you. And that's the last time I saw him. And I would do anything to have one of his hugs. His hugs just knew how to make you feel better when times were so dark. And he just embraced everybody. He never judged. He was such a good soul and such a good person. He never had it easy, and like that woman said in the video, he took on everybody else's or as his brother said, he took on everybody else's problems and made sure that we weren't going through it alone. I don't think he deserved to go the way he did. It was a shocker. I was sitting down, I was feeding my son, and his roommate June had called, and I thought he was just saying something like, hey, Jacob needs a ride home from work. Could you go pick him up? And he said that Jacob had passed away, and they had found him. And my heart just instantly shattered. And it's never really been the same since. I've cried a lot. I didn't put on his necklace before I left because I've spaced out. But man, I fucking miss him so much. And I want to speak directly to you, Jacob. Now, thank you for everything that you did. This part of the video is gonna be me talking directly to Jacob. I want to say something to you. I want to thank you for always being there for me, being such a great friend, and never being upset that I could never hang out outside of work. And that I hope you didn't feel alone in your last days, and that every meme that you had sent me, I tried to watch, but you sent so many of them. I just got lost in it and I couldn't see them, but now I can go back on them. And I hate that it has a call button that I could hit, but knowing that you would never be able to answer. I just basically want to say that I will never forget about you. The impact that you had on my life, the time that we worked together, you'd laugh at me for that right there, I already know it. Your dark sense of humor has gotten me through this so much better than if you didn't have it. If you weren't the way that you were with your fucking cynical jokes and your dark humor about literally everything, it just, nothing would have been the same. And it would have made it a million times harder to actually get through all this. I've been able to make jokes with Henry, multiple friends, that normally jokes that you shouldn't say, but we do, and it's because we know that you would laugh. We know that you would think they were funny if you were to hear them. Like when we talk about the ghost in Theater 4, or that saying that you're the ghost that now haunts Theater 4, you kicked his ass out. It's just the little things about you that made your passing easier. If even though it's one of the harder things I've had to deal with. Making the phone call to a few of our friends to tell them what happened is etched in my mind. One of them specifically is our friend Henry. Right after I found out, I didn't really know who to call, so I called my friend Brock because he's just such a wise friend. I knew that he would be able to say something, and then I called Henry to talk to him and tell him about you. And I could just hear his heartbreak in his voice. And if anybody knows Henry, Henry's a strong little bitch. And I could feel him hurting. I guess the last few things I just want to say is just hug your friends, tell them you love them, just care, spread kindness, be positive, just be a good person if you can, and just know that nothing lasts forever. The world is not kind, and just spend every day like it's your last. Spread positivity, and just keep Jacob's name alive. Like his brother said, you have two deaths. The one where you die, and the one where someone says your name for the last time. And I promise you, I will never stop saying his name. Jacob. Jake. Yoo-hoo, big sun blowout, man. I'm gonna miss him.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to